Why don't we get started with this thing? Yeah, we're doing some Anglophobia. Everyone, we're doing Anglophobia. We're hating on the British, as one should, as always. So, what do we got here? MPs vote to prescribe Palestine Action as a terrorist organization. Great. So, again, from what I understand, all these guys have done is they went into an Air Force base and just sprayed it with some paint. Therefore, they're a terrorist organization. All they did was spray some paint on some planes. Oh no! Not the paint! So, what do we got here? MPs have voted to prescribe Palestine Action as a terrorist organization after the group targeted an RAF base and an Israeli defense company's UK headquarters. Oh, wait, based? Fuck the Israeli defense companies. The legislation passed with 385 MPs voting to prescribe the group, while 26 voted against the move. Great. Guys, if we want to talk about, like, hey, conservatives, free speech, where's the free speech warriors? What's going on here? They're quite literally, like, some anti-fucking free speech shit right here. Because, again, what, you don't think your dumbasses aren't going to get the same treatment? Mm-hmm. Sure, dude. The amendment to the Terrorism Act 2000 to include Palestine Action and two white supremacist groups, Maniacs Murder Cult, and Russia Imperial Movement. Oh, those are like the fucking Russian monarchists who want like a return of the Tsar. It's so fucking goofy. Well, listen, the two white supremacist groups, yeah, they can go on there. That's fine. I don't give a shit about those guys. Fuck those guys, but because they just want to murder people. But again, what did Palestine Action do? Spray some paint on some stuff and break into a location and broke some computers. Meanwhile, people like Maniacs Murder Cult and the Russian Imperial Movement are okay with like killing people. So, well, you know. We'll go to the House of Lords on Thursday and become law at midnight on the 9th of July if it passes through successfully. Politics latest. PM tells Chancellor she has his complete support. Oh boy. It means it will become a new criminal offense punishable by up to 14 years in prison to be a member of the three groups or to support them if any legal challenges by the groups prove to be unsuccessful. Wait, this is all they did? Wait, this is what they did. Bro, are you people for real, bro? Really? Are you fucking for real? Yeah, look at the damage that they did. Yeah, fucking yeah. We love the not the spray paint, not the red paint on the plane. Oh yeah, also in Belarus as well, Boy Meets Mini, there's like constant sabotage of like freight rail lines happening not only in Russia but also Belarus as well. That's a thing that constantly fucking happens. So that's cool. Security Minister Dan Jarvis told MPs protesters expressing support for Palestine have always been able to and continue to do so. Bro, what the fuck do you mean? This is also an expression of support for fucking Palestine. You just have a problem with a little bit of fucking paint that you can wash off on a fucking plane. Like, are you for real, dude? And you're attacking, like, free speech rights as a result. Yeah, sure, bro. He said Palestine Action is not a legitimate support protest group. Under what basis? Like, they sprayed a little paint? Okay. Oh, no. People engaged in lawful protests don't need weapons. Yeah, paint sprayers are weapons now. Okay, bro. People engaged in lawful protests do not throw smoke bombs and fire pyrotechnics around innocent members of the public. If it's a conservative MP saying this, press X to fucking doubt. But yeah, sure, man. Who wants to make a bet this is going to be the same 3 IQ troglodyte shit, quite literally, that fucking happens in the US? I'm making a bet. It's going to happen in the US as well. Yeah, exactly. Boy Meets Mini. Like the RAF literally trains Israeli and Sri Lankan pilots. I wonder why these people are spray painting these planes. Then I wonder. I couldn't possibly think of anything. And people engaged in lawful protests do not cause millions of pounds of damage to national security infrastructure, including submarines and defense equipment for NATO. The damage in question. No, they put a little bit. They put a little bit of paint on our planes. No. Get the fuck out of here with this like stupid like hand wringy little fucking bullshit. Nah, you people are just fucking mad that you guys are okay with supporting a fucking genocide. Cope and fucking seethe about it. Get fucking painted, loser. Get painted on, fucking loser. Losers. However, several Labour MPs made impassioned speeches about why they think Palestine Action should not be a terrorist organization and raised concerns it was grouped in with the other two. Then how the fuck did this pass by 385 fucking votes? What the fuck? What's the makeup of the English Parliament? This is wild, bro. They argued about prescribing the group threatens basic freedoms and sets a dangerous precedent for political dissent. I can't disagree with that. Independent MP Zara Sultana, a former Labour MP, said to equate a spray can of paint with a suicide bomb isn't just absurd, it is grotesque. Couldn't have said it better myself. It is a deliberate distortion of the law to chill dissent, criminalize solidarity, and suppress the truth. Real and true. She's based for that. Oh yeah, from what I understand, they want to like make their own like party or some shit. You know, Sultana and Corbyn. Which I mean, you know, good luck to that. But you know, here we go. We're starting to see the actions of this. But we got 29 arrests after protests in support of Palestine Action. Police say. Here we go. The crackdown starts. Woo. 29 people have been arrested in London after police said they were responding to a protest in support of the banned group Palestine Action. The Metropolitan Police said those arrested were being held on suspicion of offenses under the Terrorism Act 2000 and had been taken into custody. Dude, like, this is... Okay, if we want to talk about, like, authoritarian crackdowns on fucking speech... Again, free speech warriors, I'm jingling the fucking keys. This is quite literally what it fucking looks like, okay? You want to have, like, some based fucking, like, principles for once in your fucking lives. You should be against this crackdown because, again, the basis for as to why this is happening is because of a little bit of fucking spray paint on a plane. Really? Spray paint on a fucking plane. Okay, dude. Pictures from the Westminster denomination show a small group of holding placards reading, "I oppose genocide, I support Palestine Action." As of Saturday, the group is prescribed under the Terrorism Act 2000. After lawyers acting on its behalf failed with a court bid to block the ban on Friday. The designation means being a member of or showing support for Palestine Action is a criminal offense that could lead up to 14 years in prison. In an earlier statement, the Met said officers responding to a protest in support of Palestine Action in the Parliament Square. Ah, yes, can't have any people, expressing their free speech rights. Very, very cool. Well, like, the UK doesn't have free speech like the USA. That is true in terms of the First Amendment, which is significantly more fucking laissez-faire. But however, like, does the US also have free speech like what the UK is cracking down on? Not really. If the state deems particular kinds of speech ineffective, they will come up with whatever legal loopholes in order to be like, because this is what this is. The passing of this bill is effectively a legal loophole to crack down on free speech practices. That is the entire point of this bill, right? That is putting the Palestine Action under the Terrorism Act of 2000, and their terroristic actions is saying like, whoa, maybe you shouldn't bomb Palestinian children into mulch. And they did a little bit of fucking spray painting on some planes and broke in and did a little bit of breaking and fucking entering. It's fucking nonsense. You're valuing property then over free speech rights at that point, right? The group is now prescribed and expressing support for them as a criminal offense. Protesters holding homemade cardboard placards gathered at the Mahatma Gandhi statue in Parliament Square on Saturday. Pictures emerged showing police surrounding the group and detaining people, with one woman being taken away in handcuffs by officers. What free speech rights? Sorry. Oh, again, like if the government, if the state wants to crack down on particular free speech rights, even though they have free speech protections guaranteed, what they can do is they can pass particular bills like what the UK is doing and still be able to crack down on free speech in a sort of like roundabout way. No, I'm outlining a technical argument saying like if the state wants to crack down on certain free speech practices instead of being principled about it and not cracking down on those things, what they can do instead is, well, quite literally pass particular bills on like this putting certain protest groups under the terrorism acts or particular terrorism acts. They could put free speech groups and like not free speech groups but protest groups under those in order to have an excuse to crack down on their speech. Now, here's the thing. I am okay with certain types of speech being cracked down upon. It depends on the fucking speech. If we're talking about hate speech, I don't really have as much of a problem of like, TOSs enforcing hate speech policies and cracking down on said hate speech. I don't really have much of a problem with that. However, again, the speech that depends, it's a case by case sort of basis. What exactly is the speech that is being done here? All they did was maybe a tiny bit of property damage. What the UK is essentially saying here with a precedent like this is that they are valuing the value of property over free speech rights that people have, which is, yes, a dangerous precedent to set, which, conservative parties are totally okay with that stuff because again for them they care more about property rights and private rights in comparison to any civil or civic good. The protest group Defend Our Juries wrote to Met Police Commissioner Mark Rowley on Friday to inform the force a demonstration where placards expressing support of Palestine Action would be displayed was to go ahead on Saturday. In a statement released after the arrest, the group said it's a relief to know that counterterrorism police have nothing better to do. Couldn't have really said it better myself. And yeah, like you're saying, Boy Meets Mini, again, they have no problems with January 6th, right? And the complete intention of January 6th was to an attempt to delay the certification of the fucking president for the express purpose of allowing Donald Trump to stay longer in power. That was the point of it, right? To stop the vice president's fucking duty to essentially, not allow the certification of the vote in order to make sure that Donald Trump stays in power, for longer. Essentially creating a dictatorship. Essentially. That was the point of January 6th. That's not really, in line with fucking free speech rights. Quite literally. Same with a lot of hate speech that white supremacist groups. It is not freedom to want to have to exterminate parts of the population in order to have them be able to participate in civic society, which is what white supremacist groups, generally speaking, push. I don't think that falls under the purview of free speech, to be honest. If you say that, I hate, fucking black people, it's really fucking stupid. That's not really, a promotion of, freedom. So I don't really give a shit about that. I think that's fine to crack down upon. Yeah, just as conservatives frame that as free speech, but crack down on their dissent. Exactly, right? The government moved to vote to ban Palestine Action after an estimated 7 million pounds of damage was caused to planes at RAF Bryce. Okay, hold on. This is 7 million pounds of damage? You can't be fucking for real. What, did they, fuck with, the turbines in the engine or some shit? Are you serious? Are these people actually for fucking real? Yeah, I'm pressing X to doubt on that one. Get the fuck out of here. RAF Bryce Norton last month during a protest, the group said it was behind. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper announced plans to prescribe the group last month, calling damage to military aircraft disgraceful and claiming the group had a long history of unacceptable criminal damage. Oh no, not the property. No, not like this. Palestine Action has engaged in activities that have predominantly targeted arms companies since the start of the current war in Gaza. Yeah, war in Gaza. The group's ban came into effect on Saturday after High Court Judge Mr. Justice Chamberlain refused its request to temporarily block the move, saying the claim was insufficient to outweigh the strong public interest in maintaining the order in force. Are you fucking for real? Again, what did they do? They spray painted and did a little bit of breaking and entering. Yeah, sure, man. Oh no. but this is like, the strong. This is within the strong public interest of maintaining order in force. Yeah, yeah, okay, bro. Rasa Hussein KC, barrister for Palestine Action's co-founder Huda Amori, who brought the complaint, told the court banning the group will be ill-considered and authoritarian abuse of power. Israel launched its military campaign in response to October 7th. Blah, 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 blah. A bunch of people died. Israel has strongly denied the allegations of genocide. Yeah, yeah, very, very cool. Nice fucking meme. They are doing this with the express purposes of fucking ethnic cleansing. Shut the fuck up, Cope and Seethe and Mald. Nice. So we got like Britain doing authoritarian crackdowns on speech because again, they're upset about a little bit of fucking paint being sprayed on some fucking planes. Oh no, poor fucking bubbies. Yeah, dude. Guys, we need to do authoritarian abuses of civil liberties and rights all because of a little bit of fucking paint on a plane. Yeah, it's like it's complete fucking nonsense. And again, if you don't think like shit like this cannot like spread to further parts, we already see like all the authoritarian bullshit that the Trump administration constantly pulls out, in terms of like black bagging random Palestinian fucking protesters with the express purpose of trying to deport them. Luckily, over 4 on that one, you fucking losers. Like, even, like, quite literally, if you write an opinion piece in a fucking newspaper, you can get fucking black bagged by the Gestapo. So, that's cool. That's great that we are living in a more sort of like regressatory period in terms of like civil rights and liberties for people broadly speaking. Like, get the fuck out of here with this stupid ass bullshit.